Hey everybody, welcome to Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I'm Peter.
And I'm Frank.
And today's featured performer is John Travolta.
So much fun. I was very happy to see when we pulled him out of the special bucket.
And he's been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
Through a lot of our lifetime.
He has. So,
very good.
Before we get the ball rolling, folks, I just want to distract Peter by reminding you to like and subscribe this channel if you would.
Please.
And follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Yeah. And while I'm still talking, and he's not even ready for me to throw a question at him about, this is what I want you to think about.
I sensed, but I didn't know for sure.
But you're too polite to interrupt me.
Yeah, or stupid. One or the other.
Potato.
Yeah.
Potato. So, in your opinion, think about this: the best presidential portrayal in a movie, or your favorite.
Okay.
And because your favorite may not be the best.
No, right. Okay, yeah.
All right. That'll work.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that because there are a lot, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
I'll work on that.
All right, cool. All right. So, talk to me about John Travolta.
John Travolta. You want me to, I'll start?
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. John Travolta's had, what are we going to say, many acts, I think, in his career.
Yeah. He's had some ups and downs.
There was a time period when he was a very big deal.
The biggest deal.
Yeah. And if you're old enough to remember, there's a time period when he was one of the biggest TV stars.
Yeah.
He just exploded with Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a
big
show back in the day. And he had a singing career before what I might be mentioning. He had that top 10 song "Let Her In," which was the same.
I never remember that.
Which was the same time, or just after he got into the Welcome Back, Kotter thing, and then he had like early Carrie, Boy in the Plastic Bubble. That was more of a TV one, but he was in Carrie, and then. He was just a very good career. There was 2 or 3 years where he was almost as big as you could get. He was pretty. He was very big.
Most definitely.
He had the looks. He had he had it all.
He did.
So at this time, very soon after. Got even bigger.
Yeah. Is this your first pick?
This is my first pick.
All right.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Have you? It usually comes out every 7th day, like Saturday night.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Saturday Night Fever. He was practically made for this role.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was. If you could say he was tailor-made, I think so. He's got this great. First of all, he's young and he has the look, which definitely helps. But there's a physical movement to his character, and I don't mean just the dance scenes. His strut, just the way he moves, the way he puts on his disco suits every Saturday night. It's fluid, but it's controlled, and it's remarkable.
Outside of like actors who do like action movies, like a Jackie Chan or Jason Statham,
right.
Who use their body to like kick all sorts of ass.
Yes.
Like John Travolta has got that sort of that use of his body that's not for that.
Yes,
that it's
exactly.
There's just a physical presence
kind of
and he dances in almost everything he's in, and it's
pretty much.
And it's not even like like a gimmick or anything.
It's not
like
a gimmick.
And there are times when I've been just like, oh, good, John Travolta's gonna dance because it's fun to see.
It is, and he's young in the movie. He's still living at home, and at the same time, there's this wonderful positive sense that, every Saturday night, he and the guys, they get dressed up and they go to their dance club, their disco club, or it's a dance club that's become now, through time, it's now disco because that's the rage. And it's like a ritual. They get all ready, they go out, they go, over to the club, and it's just this wonderful thing. But it's a very good movie in the sense that there is a reason why there's so much love and energy and expectation to their Saturday nights. It's because the rest of their week is not that great.
Yeah, it's just kind of
this
humdrum
work-a-day thing, and they want to escape, especially with his character, Tony. He wants to get out of Brooklyn, basically, and he's looking across the river all the time, and he sees the big skyscrapers, and Manhattan is where he wants to just go.
This is where he wants to be.
Yeah. So it's
and
not
this is his way out.
Yeah, and you get a feeling that for most of them, they're really not going to break out of their cycle. They're kind of going to stay where they are. But there's that escape, and it's just like I said, he's almost tailor-made for this role. It's the movement. His speech is great. The whole bit, even like there's not many, but there is a little bit of comic touches in there where the father gets exasperated and he smacks him in the back of the head. And he's like, my hair! I just fixed my hair! Do you know how much time I spend on my hair? And of course, if you're watching the movie, he does spend time on his hair.
A lot of time. Yeah.
But it's just a great thing. And
he is great.
It sticks with you.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some poignant scenes in there too. So he is acting. He's not just look at my face or my pretty moves on the floor. No, he's acting, and I like that. Like that role. And then because of that one, he's able to catapult from a pretty big fish on the small screen on a TV to become a player on the big screen.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that lasts too long, that's a different story. But he does make this big jump.
Yeah.
And he stays with, obviously, Welcome Back, Kotter for a few years, but he's made this jump. And which is going to lead me a couple years.
What's next?
After that one, and Grease is the other one.
Yeah.
I think I like Saturday Night Fever, the performance a little better, but he's still a force in Grease.
It's a little bit more comic.
Yes,
he gets to be a little lighter.
In that one, he gets to sing. He does the Saturday Night Fever. Even if you've never seen the movie, you've probably heard the soundtrack.
Music. Yeah.
So that's a big deal. So he's not singing, he's dancing and acting. But in Grease, he's singing, dancing, and acting. And
he's a triple threat.
He's a triple threat. And so where in 1977 for Saturday Night Fever, it takes place in 77. But in Grease, goes back to the 50s. And so his hairstyle's different. The dance moves are a little different, but he still moves so well.
Yeah.
And as you say, we get to hear him sing, and he sings well. He's in this movie, he's a high school student. And I don't think I've ever seen older-looking high school students in my life. Not just him.
The whole
Stockard Channing, everybody. You're so like, why are we watching 35-year-olds in high school?
No.
But the thing is, you go, okay, I'm willing to overlook this. I don't know.
But you do. Because,
exactly. It's which is probably why they end up using 50s TV icons like Sid Caesar and Eve Arden to play in the movie because they're the only ones in their 70s who can make the high school students look a little younger. But that's just the way it goes. In this one, though, he's a little more. Well, when he's with Sandy, the Olivia Newton-John character, of course, at the beginning, it's the summer break, so he meets her and he's in love.
He's the nicest guy.
He's the nicest guy in the world because he's in love. Yeah. Why not?
That's
He's
what we
found
do.
somebody. Of course, he goes back to school. Big surprise. She stays. She's from Australia, but she stays and she transfers to school. Now they're in school. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's a little different at school.
He's got to keep his reputation up. So there's this little, whatever you want to call it, peer pressure, an expectation to be.
Yeah, I mean,
to be Danny. He's got to.
Danny
He
Zuko
can't
has
give
a
her the time of
reputation.
day. He's
gotta
not
be the
supposed to
tough
do
guy.
that.
So.
He can't do that. So yeah, he's acting. And like I said, it's fun. It's
so much lighter than Saturday Night Fever. He gets to be lighter.
Yeah, it's
really
just
fun.
it's a good performance. He kind of has like a look to him that's more Elvis Presley, related sort of a thing because of the time period that it's set in. But I love it. There's a certain joie de vivre. They're going because they're kids in high school.
Yeah,
kids in high school, and they're dancing and singing as we all do. And,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right. What's your third?
And then,
I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No. I am.
Okay.
And then, let's be honest. His career, for whatever reason, slowed down, and then it may have even stalled.
I would say it stalled.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why.
I'm not exactly sure either. He did have a pretty crappy.
There was a bad
sequel.
Saturday Night. Yeah, there was a sequel to Saturday Night
Staying
Fever.
Alive, I think, was the title.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was awful.
Yeah.
That was very bad.
And but I can't.
And it just.
It's not like he was scandalized or anything. He didn't like
No.
Charlie Sheen it or anything.
No.
He just wasn't.
It just stalled.
Yeah.
And then by this point, he had already left TV because he was doing the movies.
Yeah.
And so it did. It just stalled. And
well, he did those.
He would appear in things, but it never caught fire.
Well, the
like
Look
whatever.
Who's Talking movies.
Look Who's Talking,
had
1
a
and
little
2,
bit of,
whatever.
Got a little bit of traction.
But because it was voice work and stuff.
No, he was.
Oh yeah, right. He's in that. I'm thinking of the other ones were a lot of voice actors with the babies. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm not sure either, but it definitely did.
Yeah. So what's your third?
And the third one is what
brought him back?
Once again, for a short bit of time anyway, really brought him back, and that was Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
So, and we've probably mentioned Pulp Fiction more than any other.
It really,
movie.
and you know what? It kind of surprises me.
I think. I really think we've mentioned that more than any other movie.
Maybe, yeah, and it's so funny because we both have watched a lot of movies, but it's really it's weird how that movie keeps popping up.
It's a touchstone because there's so many.
It is. There's so many ways that like
so many
cool stuff comes into it.
People are in there.
Yeah.
In the small roles are done so well. The big roles are incredible, and his is a very important role.
Yeah, it kind of resuscitated his career.
And it really did. It really did. So he's Vincent Vega, and as Vince, he's one of the hitmen. Everybody must know the movie. But anyway, he's just has a very significant role, and he does it well. He's not the most intelligent person, but he's not stupid. But he's often under the influence of drugs in different scenes, so you can see him even like just a half a click slower than he was, say, in the scene where he's not under the influence.
Yeah.
And so that is impressive because he's acting, and you really do see, oh, he's a little higher in this scene, or he's a little more desperate, like when he has to bring Mia to as she overdoses. He has to straighten that problem out, or else he's dead.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't straighten that problem out, Marcellus is just going to kill him. That's not going to matter. That's just a done deal. And so he's just very good in that one. And there's scenes where he's just so, as he is in the other movies, he's cool on the surface, and he gets to dance.
Right. Yeah.
In this one too. It's a wonderful performance, and then of course there's the darker side where he has to work for a living, and his work is a hitman. So and cool, calm, professional, but then he still does things that are mistakes, big mistakes. I just shot Marvin in the head.
Marvin in the face.
In the face. He's driving, and of course he doesn't have the lock on. And the gun hits the car hits a bump in the road, gun goes off, boom, make a mess in the car. So there's things like that one. So there's just things where he's not on his A game all the time, but it's still fun. And the other thing I love about the movie is whenever his character goes to the bathroom, something bad happens.
Yeah.
Like he goes to the bathroom in the diner, and then Honey Bunny and Ringo, Pumpkin, or whatever his name is,
the robbery
start to rob the place. Then he goes to the bathroom, and
he's a heroin addict.
And then she overdoses because he's in the bathroom. And then the last time is when he's in the bathroom, and that's his last time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He gets.
So here we go. Pop quiz. What's the book he's reading in?
Oh shoot! Oh man! Hang on, you're gonna geek out on me now, aren't you?
Totally. All right, TikTok.
Wait a minute. Oh damn it!
All right.
I don't know if
everybody say it with me. Modesty Blaze.
Oh, Modesty Blaze. Yes.
This podcast is brought to you by Modesty Blaze. Anyway.
Yes, you're right.
I am right.
Oh, I know it. No, I know it. As soon as you,
yeah. So,
right, that would be.
That'd be your three.
Yeah. Those are my three.
All right. Great, fantastic. Let me remind folks to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and like and subscribe to this channel.
Please.
Hit the little bell for notifications.
Comment, share with your friends.
My three, since we were just, I have to overlap with Pulp Fiction.
I figured
it's a great role for him. It is his that was the biggest part of the story of that movie when that came out.
When the movie was coming out, yeah.
It was his comeback movie, and that Quentin Tarantino was taking a big chance on blah blah blah. But it was fantastic. He was cool, and he was confident, and he got to dance, and he was just this sort of like, I wouldn't even say like world weary, but just sort of this is the life I have, and it was a great portrayal. He understands,
and he's just coming back from Europe, so
he's
kind of has a new life within that business.
Yeah, sort of a big sort of. Like a reset. It's just like, all right, I'm back. It's like someone coming back from vacation. They get to work.
Exactly.
It's just like, all right, let's do this. Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, all right. I'm gonna take out Mia Wallace. All right, fine. So, it was a great part for him. It was really fun to see him back in the movies. That wasn't like that whole look who's talking. Foolishness.
Yeah.
So it's when he's probably my favorite part of his performance is when they're at Lance's house. Lance is looking around for the adrenaline shot.
Yes. Yeah.
And
his kid.
And Vincent is just, come on, man, come on. He takes the marker. He's just like, God damn it. fine, I'll take the marker, give me the shot, I'll
That's
just
right.
do the shot. And it's just so great because he's just like, ugh, all these people are just really, really harshing my buzz right now, and I really don't need this.
You got
and
it.
it's, you can feel it. It's like, come on, man. And I just remember, I mean, it's crazy when you've seen a movie so many times.
Yeah.
When there's no surprise. There's no, like,
Yeah.
you know the movie is going to be fine, right? So, but the first time you see it, and again, this isn't like a franchise film where you know that no matter how much jeopardy someone is in or a main character is in, they're not going to die. So, but in this, you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
If she dies.
If they don't get it, if he doesn't hit her right in the perfect spot.
If she dies, he is a grease spot. He's done.
Yeah.
So, and I just think he really like kind of really pulls you into that terror, that, oh my God, this is going really, really badly.
Yeah.
And if it continues to go badly, things in general in my life are going to go really, really badly.
Really quickly.
So,
too.
and I don't think a lot of people notice the bathroom thing, that every time he goes to the bathroom, something goes a little off the rails. So it's one of those
funny
things
how it's
that,
one of those things you go,
you're just like, wait a minute.
Every time he seems to be coming, something bad's going down.
Yeah, and he's a heroin addict, so, that's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. He needs his time in the bathroom.
So Vincent Vega, definitely one of my favorite John Travolta roles. My next one would be in Michael.
Okay.
Remember Michael?
Yes, I do.
He's the angel.
Yeah.
And I love that one because it's just super playful.
Yeah.
And he's just having a great time. And everybody else is sort of freaked out by who he is. But he's just like, no, this is fine. And let's dance. It's so funny because
I'm John Travolta. I got shoes. Let's dance.
It's in my contract. I get to dance. Yeah. And what's really funny about it is that whenever you see this happen, it's so organic to the story. And when whomever was writing Michael, and I really should have noted who wrote Michael.
Yeah, I couldn't.
That do they know that John Travolta is going to be in the movie? No, they're just writing this movie about an angel who comes down and starts freaking people out a little bit. But he's just so comfortable in his body and the dance and stuff like that. And it's just a real pleasure to watch. It's just so much fun to watch, and he's having a good time. And that's another great one, I think, of his. And then my third one, I was really back and forth on my third one between him in Hairspray.
I thought that one might come up somewhere.
And Get Shorty. I ended up hitting with Get Shorty.
Okay.
Which is, again, it's a movie we've talked about how much, Hollywood likes to make movies about Hollywood.
Sure.
And this is another movie about making movies, and kind of from a weird way in, because he's a gangster from the East Coast who has to come to the West Coast to find a dude, and he starts to like, hey, wait a minute, I think I kind of, he starts getting little tastes of what the movie business is. So he's just like, I think I'll do a little, maybe I'll do a little career change. And he comes into the scene, and every scene, he's the smartest guy in the room, the coolest guy in the room, like the most unflappable guy in the room, to the point where he goes to meet a big star played by Danny DeVito, and he pulls up in this like black minivan, like the least Hollywood, LA, the least cool thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do for a living.
Right.
When you pull up in a minivan, you're a soccer mom or a soccer dad. You're just that person. Doesn't matter. But he pulls up, and the Danny DeVito character is just like, what is this? He goes, it's the Cadillac minivans. It's just like, I'm the coolest guy in the room, and I'm driving this, so this
Therefore,
must be cool.
it must be cool.
And in the subsequent scene, Danny DeVito's character is driving a minivan, like the same one. So it's just, but he just exudes this cool. And I think that's what John Travolta was before. Like when he was doing Grease and being Vinnie Barbarino
Yeah.
on Welcome Back Kotter and being Tony in Saturday Night Fever. He was just cool. What happened during that dip, I don't really know. It's not like he was scandalized or anything
it's
like
not
that.
like he killed anybody,
Right.
or
He
like
just
had a
sorta-
manslaughter with a car.
Right.
You know, it
He
wasn't
just,
an accident.
like,
or anything.
wasn't a big drug thing or anything.
No.
Went bald, so wore a wig for a bit, but
But
no one cares. But
No.
the thing, it's like, I don't know why. And roles that he had kind of during that downtime when he did that Face Off movie.
Oh yeah,
You know, which
Yes.
was an interesting idea.
It was an interesting
but it was
idea,
just
but
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he just
yeah.
got to mug for the camera like being a really totally evil
Mm-hmm.
guy. Battle, whatever that battleship or battle crap Earth
yes.
was the
Yeah.
worst movie in history. So
Yeah.
it's just terrible. So he did some terrible things, but you don't. I mean, every actor's got
yeah.
their,
Yeah.
you know.
But the good thing is that I want to say Get Shorty was after Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
So
Get Shorty was, I think, like
the fact that
like
he was able to
2000,
get this
2002.
like a second act, a real second act,
Yeah.
after because of Pulp Fiction, he was able to pick up some other
and
decent
Get Shorty
movies.
got a sequel too,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun. Be cool. So,
he was able to get a few more right now, maybe a little more because of his age, and there's some personal stuff going in his life because his wife passed away, and then he had a son pass away before that.
but he did
He's probably
Gotti.
not acting like maybe right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying, like
Right.
the last year or so. But he could get a role if he wanted one.
Oh God, yeah.
But there was a
There
time
that
when I
time
don't
in
think
that
he
late
could.
'80s, early '90s. It was just like, what are you
Yeah, I don't think
doing?
you could buy a sandwich in that town.
So really, really interesting
Yeah.
little career there for John Travolta. A lot of really fun, different stuff, and seeing him, dressed up, cross-dressing for the role of the mother in Hairspray was just like, this is fantastic because he gets to sing, he gets to dance, and he's just big and colorful.
He gets to dance.
Yeah.
He never dances in a movie,
No,
so it's good
crazy.
to see him.
So it's
Yeah.
so it's really, he's one of my favorites. I like him a lot. He's been
You know
around
what
a
too
long
was
time.
we
Just kinda grew up with him.
we touched upon this with Bruce Willis X amount of shows back, and you said, oh, if only he had that little joie de vivre. He's kind of lost some of that one. You get the feeling if you put John Travolta in a movie today, he would still have that same little joy that he did 40 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's
doing
got that
something.
that sort of twinkle, I guess.
A little impish, like something there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
agree.
So, all right, I want to hear your answer to the question.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Go on
I gotta start
Instagram, go on
thinking.
Facebook, do the
Please.
like and subscribe thing. We remind you about that a lot. So,
Yeah, please do.
so
Okay,
one of your
I've got
favorite,
to. I got to. Okay,
your
I think
favorite
I got one.
presidential portrait.
Okay. Let me just ask you this one question before I answer. Is this going to be a fictional president or a representation of a historical president? You know what I mean?
Up to you.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna mention a couple, and then I'll give you the thing.
Okay.
I was starting to think a lot of them are more famous presidents. I mean, it makes sense, right? So, like for instance, in Steven Spielberg's movie Lincoln, Daniel Day-Lewis plays Lincoln.
Yeah.
Great,
Hands down
wonderful
the best.
performance. There's a much earlier one, Young Mr. Lincoln, where Henry Fonda plays, and that's another good one. But that one's before he's president. It's like a courtroom drama thing more than anything else. But he's Lincoln. He's just not president yet. There was another one I was thinking of. Frost Nixon, that Nixon portrayal by Frank Langella. Excellent one, too. And you really kind of see a little bit background now, and that one's after he's president. But this all this stuff. He tries to rebuild his legend, his career, tries to remake stuff. That's a wonderful one. But there's another one that I was thinking of. He's not as famous of a president, but Anthony Hopkins plays John Quincy Adams in Amistad.
Okay.
He's former president now, but he's in the House of Representatives, and he's very good in that one. He helps defend the sailors,
Right.
or not the sailors, the slaves from the Amistad ship, La Amistad. And so he's very good in that one. There's like a little dignity. He's very intelligent, and he's, you know what I mean, and he works around stuff in that one. And I kind of liked that portrayal.
Right.
It's not bombastic. He wasn't that kind of a figure anyway. He's not like a Lincoln or a Nixon, where there's a lot of personality there. He's a little more cerebral, and I think I kind of like that. I like that performance, and I had to pull that one out. I'm like, think hard, man.
All right. I didn't give you a lot of time with that. I think mine is fictional, and it's Michael Douglas's. In American President. Yeah. And a lot of that credit needs to go to Aaron Sorkin, who wrote that. But I can watch that movie, and I watched it probably early on during the Trump presidency. Yeah. And I was just like, damn it, why can't we have someone like...
Why can't he be our dad?
Yeah, seriously, I would rather a fictional president written by Aaron Sorkin than what we had. But now we're good. So, but it's, I'd say that, because he's, I think that the character sort of, balances the seriousness and the gravitas that such a role requires, and then just moving the story along. He's kind of playful and kind of fun. Michael Douglas does a nice job too. So, but and I think it's more for me the way the character is written than the way the character is portrayed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
so
it does.
If we're going to go to TV, then it would definitely be Jeb Bartlett from West Wing.
West Wing, yeah.
Best, again, written by Aaron Sorkin. So
Yeah.
those would be my my best presidential portrayals.
Presidential portrayals.
Yeah. So let's recap. I'm going to say I'm going to recap.
You want to do mine? Okay.
Your John Travolta were Pulp Fiction, Saturday Night Fever. And, oh my God, why can't I?
It is the word.
Oh, yeah, Grease. You know what it is? I discounted Grease right off because it's just like...
I know.
It's just... I don't know. For me, it's just like, yes, it's just an obvious fun. I wanted to dig a little deeper.
No. I know. But with his career, I think I needed.
Yeah, no.
Those two, and then there's like a big desert there, and then there's
his back. So yeah.
Okay,
recap mine.
Oh,
see if you were paying attention to me.
Three would be, Pulp Fiction, which we overlapped on. Michael, and you. We're going to go with Hairspray, but then you went with Battleship right now.
Battlefield Earth.
Battle?
I don't know. It's Battlefield, because Battleground Earth, it's Battle. This is how bad a movie it is.
It doesn't stick with you.
It doesn't stick with you.
You like know what the trope is.
Right,
what
you know that it's
be.
awful, and he's got terrible, terrible makeup.
And now wait a minute. Now hang on just a second. Now I'm stuck on your third movie. What was that?
Get Shorty.
Oh yeah, Get Shorty. I'm sorry. I get sidetracked with the bad movies.
With the bad. Yeah. I'll probably put up a poster, right there, so I can remind everybody what it was. I think it's Battlefield Earth. Battleship doesn't feel right.
Battleship doesn't. Battleground doesn't feel right. But
ground, ship, and field. What else goes with
battle axe?
No, but what else goes with battle?
Yeah.
There's field. There's ship. There's
it's
well, anyway, folks. Let's do the bucket. See who we're gonna whose career we're gonna butcher next.
No, why don't we? We had. I mean, when we pulled out John Travolta the last time, it was like, oh, this is good. It's something that wasn't.
Okay.
Oh, you chuckled. You chuckled. And I can see why. All righty.
So
okay.
Be fine.
It will be. No, it definitely will.
Yeah, no, it'll be super fun. All right. So, folks, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Share, like us. No,
Share,
love
like,
us. We
love
need
us.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we beg.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.